Why do I hate child actors so much?
I don't know. Hey guys, it's Amanda here, your CUTIE Carnage, here on another episode on Channel Sundown.
And it's our co-host, JESS KORESH, aka Creepy Uncle Jesse.
He has to be an uncle.
Uncle Jesse is very famous with the... I can aka whatever I want. Mind your own business. CUTIE Carnage. Alright guys, so today we're doing top 10 creepy kids of horror.
The creepiest children in horror films.
I like kids better. Alright, wait, cut that. Don't edit it into some weird thing where I say I like kids better and then like put that in the video. I'm watching you.
I edit in my private time as my business, so God.
Put that in the gag reel. I'm going to start off first and do with my number 10, creepy children of horror. Number 10, I have, this is an old movie. It's from 1956. It's a black and white movie called The Bad Seed. I don't know if you, have you seen that? Are you familiar?
Yes, I'm very familiar with Bad Seed.
Okay. The little girl in the movie, what's Rhoda Pinmark? Is that on your list? Is that why you're mean mugging me right now? Well, I went first.
No, it's not, yeah, it's not on my list at all.
Oh, okay, well then I win. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't remember a whole lot about this movie because I was young when I saw it, and I need to go back and rewatch it. Have you watched it recently?
I have it.
You have it? Okay, can I borrow it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Remember this little creepy, you know, blonde-haired weirdo?
The pigtails.
Yeah, the pigtails. That's always creepy. She was up to no good.
Yes, and the ending was fantastic.
Yeah, it's a classic. I need to go back and rewatch it, like I said, so I can refresh it because it's
interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, especially for its time period because it came out in 1956.
I just love that how like you do your introduction of like creepy Uncle Jesse, and then you jump in there like 10 creepiest girls, girl in pigtails.
Yeah, you're trying to make me have to be something I'm not. I'll say it. Let's cut out the creepy uncle thing, and then I quit.
Gosh, and here I go with my pick. My number 10 is actually going to be from the Twilight Zone, the movie, Anthony, from A Good Life. If you guys don't remember this, it was one of the little shorts in the Twilight Zone film. It's based on the Twilight Zone episode of the same name. It's a little boy who has the mind who controls his family. So basically this teacher goes into this scenario where she's in this household, this real big household. She meets the family. They're very like, Anthony's great, and they're just being all sweet and stuff. And they seem very like nervous and stuff. And you find out that the kid is like, it makes things happen, and a lot of things happen in the episode. If you guys haven't seen it, watch it. The Twilight Zone movie, great. I'm
a huge fan of the Twilight Zone. Like within the last year, I've rewatched like every episode of the Twilight Zone, but I haven't seen the movie in a long time.
Oh, watch the movie. Yeah, you do.
I don't trust kids, and I definitely don't trust a kid with mind control power. What? Subject, but how excited are you for the Twilight Zone reboot?
Jordan Peele? Yeah. Excited.
That's going to be off the chain.
I showed you the trailer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
It was so... Yeah. Yes, I'm super excited.
I think that's excited. I think he'll do well. I think that's a good pick for that.
Yes, he's very perfect for it, so I'm glad about that. So I'm very excited. Yes.
Yeah, it'll be good. Stay tuned for that. A review on that when it comes out, right?
There you go.
All right. Moving right along, my number 9 pick. You're gonna think my list is so cliche, but that's okay because I'm the voice of the people. You can be obscure all you want, and you're like cool, whatever. But I'm the voice of the people. When people watch this channel, they'll be like,
"You're the comedian."
They're gonna be like, "That dude speaks for me." Like, so I'm here for you.
Well, there you go.
My number 9 is Wednesday Addams from the Addams Family movies, and I'm saying the Addams Family movies because we're talking about movies, but also because it's Christina Ricci, and I love Christina Ricci.
I bet you do.
No, and you know it's okay because she was a kid at the time, and I was a kid at the time, so I can say
she was cute. Yeah, she was fantastic.
She's still cute.
Yeah, Black
Snake Moan. That's. Oh, and Buffalo 66. She's in 2 of my favorite movies. So whatever. Yeah. Yeah, she is. She's cool. I think she'd date me. I mean, I don't know what her situation is, but
we can try.
I think we'd get along.
I think we can try. Yeah. I'll write a letter.
Hit me up on the Insta. Slide into my DMs.
I'll write a letter, but like, you should be my friend Jessie.
You're gonna write her a letter?
Yeah.
You're like 80 years old. Who You're gonna write her a letter. You're gonna write her a letter. You're gonna put it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, put it in the mailbox. So what's your number 9, Amanda?
My number 9 is actually really interesting because it's actually not a horror film, but this child gave me nightmares when I was a kid. My mom had this on VHS. Back when I lived overseas, my mom used to put VHSs on, and I would have like 3 movies on like one VHS, and we watched them all the time. Favorite movies had creepiest guy ever, Henry Evans. The Good Son. That kid, genuinely, Macaulay Culkin, gave me freaking nightmares.
Yeah.
That kid was, he killed his little baby brother, and
Not
sorry,
good.
spoiler, but,
Yeah.
and then the ending, Elijah Wood, he had Macaulay Culkin, and them on the cliff. That kid gave me nightmares.
That's a good one.
So yeah, Henry Evans in 1993's The Good Son.
The Culkster. I almost put that one on my list.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was, yeah. He was good. Especially because that was like kind of coming off the heels of the Home Alone movie.
Yeah.
And everyone just knew his work from Home Alone.
Yeah, because he was in Buck too.
Yeah, and so he was like, maybe Richie Rich. I don't know if it was after. But,
well, that was after.
Yeah, but it was like, oh, playful Macaulay Culkin. And he's like, oh, he's this evil kid. Yeah, so they could mess with your head.
Not really a horror film, but that kid was like creepy as hell. I'm sorry, but you can't mess with me about that. So yeah, he was like so mean to Elijah Wood's character. It was just awful. So yeah.
I didn't like being mean to Elijah Wood.
I know, right?
He's so
Makes you
nice.
feel so bad because you just want to hug him.
Yeah. I saw Elijah Wood do a DJ set in Kansas City. Did I tell you that?
You mentioned that to me. No, you didn't mention that to me.
I'm cool. Did you see Elijah Wood do a DJ set in Kansas City? No. Whatever. Moving on.
Moving right along.
You're gonna give me crap for being a hipster. My number 8 is. I know.
Yes, I want to know what your number 8 is.
My number 8 is in 2017's Little Evil. Have you seen that movie?
Yes,
okay,
I have.
It's on Netflix. And not a lot of people have seen this movie, but I don't know. Do you know that? What's his name? Eli Craig directed that, and he also directed Tucker Dale vs. Evil, which is
that's why I
one of
watched
my favorite movies. Yeah, I like comedy horror is like is like my favorite thing.
I know you're right.
So I'm a big fan of that. But yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a play on like a lot of other things, like The Omen and all that, but it was like I thought it was funny, and he's a creepy kid.
He is a creepy kid. So.
And you know what? I'm now realizing that, except for Christina Ricci, I didn't write down any of the kid actors' names. And you know why? Because no one cares. I'm just kidding. They're all on meth now. I mean, it's a kid.
No, they're still kids.
What's Macaulay Culkin doing now? Pizza Underground? Have you seen that?
He's doing
He's
Home Alone. He's doing
Home Alone.
No, he's doing Home Alone like commercials.
Oh wow.
No, he did Party Monster. So Macaulay Culkin is not really.
I actually do like Macaulay Culkin. He's got a podcast, and I cannot remember the name of it right now, but it's actually really good.
Yeah, and that kid from Little Evil's still a kid.
He's still a kid, and he probably won't ever be anything else. Up on Wikipedia, he doesn't even have his own Wikipedia page. I'm talking about kid actors, bless their hearts. If you look at most of these kids, because I'm doing research, and most of these kids don't even have their own Wikipedia pages because you never heard anything from them after these movies. They're not kids anymore. They're probably dead from drug overdoses. I'm wrong about child actors. They all grow up to be great human beings. My bad. You don't see them on these Dr. Drew shows about Dr. Drew's drug rehab.
My number 8. I gotta look at it. My number 8 is actually gonna be from 2016, but it was on my countdown of my favorite horror films that I've seen in the last 5 years. Is gonna be Milo Transfiguration. He was like a teen kind of. And so a lot of people were like, oh, you can't put him on the kid countdown. Everything was creepy about it. If you guys haven't seen Transfiguration, fantastic. It's about this kid who his parents had passed, and he lives with his brother in Iraq and everything, and he's really obsessed with vampires. And he gets really engulfed into it, and he just kind of grasps into it, and it's really interesting. Because especially I'll go in watching it not knowing, I heard it was great and I watched it and I was very, very impressed.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna, as soon as we finish filming this, I'm gonna go to Blockbuster and
I have it if you just want to borrow it.
no, thank you. Someone's got to keep Blockbuster in business. Make it a Blockbuster night. This is the second video where I advertise Blockbuster a lot. Do you know that? I don't know if we're there. Oh, all right. Anyway.
Try.
Okay. I'm trying. Blockbuster. I'm trying. I'm trying. If Blockbuster wants to sit, there's one Blockbuster left in the United States, I believe. And if they want to send me some swag, I'm not going to say no.
So Jesse, what is your number? We're on 7, right?
Number 7.
Number
Like
7.
number 7.
Yes. Number 7. Jesse.
Okay, well, my number 7 is I'm going to let you slide for having a teenager in your last one because my number 7 is he's kind of a teenager, but I think there's parts of him when he's younger in there too. It's Kevin from We Need to Talk About Kevin. The 2011. Is that on your list? Go ahead. No, it's a.
No, it's okay because I'm.
Since you're familiar with the movie, I read that is it based on a true story? Oh, it's not based on a true story. You don't know.
It's based on events.
Events. Okay, that makes more sense.
Like it's based on. Guys, we're not going to talk about the movie. You guys watch it without knowing anything. Okay, watch it. I say that a lot, and everyone's like, "Oh no, man, explain it." No, go into it because I'm gonna tell you. Tilda Swinton.
It's got. That's what I was gonna say. It's got Tilda Swinton in it, so you know it's good.
Just jump into it because I didn't know anything about it when I saw it. I just Tilda Swinton. I love her, you know, and I went into it because you know she's great. She's great and everything.
I think it's on. Is it on? It's on some streaming service. I don't remember what. It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix and Hulu.
It's on Netflix and
No,
Hulu?
I don't think it's on Netflix anymore, but it's on Hulu.
Okay.
But like I said, go into it. Transfiguration and We Need to Talk About Kevin. 2 movies you guys need to check out. So.
Yeah.
But go in not knowing anything because that's the best. And it's hard. Like one of my friends asked me, they're like, "Amanda, tell me about the movie." I'm like, I like going to films not really knowing what I'm getting into.
I know.
And
I don't
talking
even...
about Kevin, like, if you know what you're going into, you expect more. But that movie, when it twists, it twists hard. Yeah. It gets there, it kind of like turns it up to 11. Sorry, I'm like...
Do that twisting motion.
Yeah, so, yeah. That wasn't on my list.
I don't even, you know what, like you talk about going into movies without knowing anything, and you're going to think I'm weird for this, but I don't even like to watch trailers for movies.
I know, I don't even want to watch trailers anymore, because even the new, like, Avengers, they're like, oh, there's a bunch of... And the Pet Sematary, they're like, oh, there's a bunch of spoilers. I'm like, well, I've seen the original Pet Sematary, I know so you can't really, like, spoil much for me because I've seen it. So
no, people be like, hey, there's this movie you need to check out. It's called so-and-so. It's got so-and-so in it, and it's about this. And like, here, let me show you the trailer. I was like, no, what you told me sounds cool. I'm just going to watch. I don't need to see the trailer. I'll just watch the movie. But, you know, whatever. I'm old school. What's your, is it your turn? What's your number 7? We need to talk about Kevin. We need to talk about your number 7. Get it?
Yeah, I got that right there. Yeah, my number 7 is a film that I rewatched it because I haven't seen it in a while. So I rewatched it, and because I rewatched it, I actually missed watching a film that we're supposed to review. The film still affects me the same way that it did when I first watched it, and that's Brett and the Gang in 2008's Eden Lake. That film, oh my fucking god. Seriously, that movie messed me up. And the ending, oh, like those kids are so messed up. Seriously, like he's sitting there and he's videotaping it all. Fassbender's in it. Ooh. And like freaking X-Men and everything. Like he's in it. And what happens, god. Eden Lake, guys, watch it. And the Brett and the gang, the kid gang that they met in the forest and at the lake, and just, man, they're all fucked up. And the things they do, burning people alive, and among other things.
If you're into that, check this movie out.
Yeah.
You know, actually, I haven't seen Eden Lake. You know why?
Why?
Because instead of watching Eden Lake, I watched the movie that we were supposed to review.
I didn't expect to fall asleep after Eden Lake, so sorry guys.
It's whatever, you know.
I can always watch that film.
Yeah, you can always watch it someday.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll watch Eden Lake while you're watching that.
There you go, see?
There we go.
Everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason. Even chicken pox.
Alright, Jesse, I need your number 6.
You need my number 6?
Yes, I need your number 6.
My number 6, again, cliche, but I'm the voice of the people. It's Reagan from The Exorcist. See, because you know you were going to be more... I always know you're going to be more obscure than me. But I do have some lit things on this on my list for movies that you hate.
Reagan.
So I know that they're not going to be on your list because I know that I like some movies that you hate. She's a creepy kid. I mean, it's not her fault. She's possessed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's really not her fault. But about her for another list that I was working on. And, yeah, Linda Blair, child actor, went on to have a very successful career.
Yeah.
You've probably seen her in some commercials.
She was in Hell Night. And
Hell Night, yeah.
never seen
critically acclaimed. You cannot argue with me that child actors, for the most part.
Screen. I mean, she was a reporter in Screen.
Yeah, because I felt sorry for her. Because of the novelty factor. They're like, hey, let's get Linda Blair. She's not doing anything. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. You can't argue with me when you know I'm right. Like child actors, you know, write me a letter, put it in the mailbox, and send it to.
I write letters.
Yeah, I know you do. Send it to if you're a disgruntled child. No, wait. I don't want any disgruntled child actors coming at me. No one's ever said I was nice, ever. My mom. No, my mom hates me too. Just kidding. My mom watches it. My mom likes Amanda. My mom doesn't. These because of you. Let's be straight. Well, let's be completely clear about that. My mom watches these videos because of you. But anyway, if you're a disgruntled child actor, please don't kill me.
Here it is. My number 6, which I'm going to have to look on here. Just to let you know, my words are like this big on this paper because I can't find my glasses. I don't know where they are. But, oh.
Here they are.
Time! I was looking for my glasses. They've been right in front of the mic this whole time.
Do you want your glasses? I mean, are you trying to look cool?
This would have helped me so much more earlier when I was trying to set everything up and run my nose.
You know what? You know I saw them? Because I have my glasses on.
My number 6 is going to be 1987, the year I was born. Homer in Near Dark.
Homer? Mm-hmm. Wow.
The kid in Near Dark. The kid vampire in Near Dark.
Never seen Near Dark. Don't look at me like that. I don't think I've seen it. 1986. Okay, you have to realize.
87.
Oh, that's a whole different story.
I just said the year I was born.
Oh. Oh, yeah, because I have a year you're born.
The director of Hurt Locker.
Really? Mm-hmm. I've seen that.
Yeah.
It has Homer in it. And what did he go on to do? The kid that played Homer.
Near Dark 2.
Near Dark 2, Electric Boogaloo. I really wasn't meaning to like shit on child actors the entire time, but it's so easy.
No, he was a very creepy child.
Yeah.
Like,
and he's probably
but he's not really. He played like he's a child actor, but he actually is a grown man. Like storyline, he's a grown man that's older. And anyways, so guys, if you haven't seen Near Dark, watch it. My
number 5 is it's a movie that I love and a movie that you hate.
Oh God!
It is The Twins. From a little German movie that came out in 2014 called Goodnight Mommy. And I don't know why I don't know why you don't like that movie. I love it. I love the atmosphere of the movie. I mean, it's it's more of a psychological thriller than anything else.
That's so funny because I made a joke about Goodnight Mommy just a few minutes ago.
I know, and that's why I didn't say anything. Because I keep talking smack about my movie.
I didn't hate that movie. I just thought it was so overhyped.
To me, because like I said, I don't even like to watch. I didn't know there was any hype around it, so I was like, "Oh, what's this movie? I'm going to watch it." And then I was like, I literally knew nothing about the movie.
Well, see, everybody told me it's like it's an amazing film. Watch it. It's so great. It's the best film in forever. And I watched it, and I was like, I appreciate it, but and they're like, wait for the big twist ending. I'm like,
yeah. See, that's. Why.
I'm not going to ruin it for everybody. I'm not going to ruin, but the twist. It's like I knew this already.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't like hype. 90% of the time when a movie's like hyped, I don't like it, and I won't name like names because I would want to hate The Witch.
No, I agree with that, but I was late to watch it, so so that makes sense. I was late to watch it, but even after everybody was like, "It's so great," and I was like,
I actually went to Germany and watched it in the theaters in 2014.
You did?
No. No, I didn't.
You want to know my number 5?
Please. Please, God.
Please, God. We're getting God involved.
Yeah.
My number 5 is actually going to be 1983's Angela from Sleepaway Camp. That being said, guys, I'm going to tell you that I had my friend right here, Jesse, watch Sleepaway Camp for the first time. And I had to watch this because I wanted to mention her on my countdown. And, like, without him seeing it, I was like, I can't talk about her so much and him not seeing it. So I had to watch it. Creepy as hell. Like, in all the sequels, you have Teenage Wasteland, like, she doesn't know how to quit. Even they recasted her, but the current sequels and her surprise appearance, like...
There are sequels to that movie?
Yes.
Wow. I just want to say, up until the end of the movie, the very end, her name's Angela. She was the kind of girl that I probably would have had a crush on when I was a kid. Yeah. There was just
well, she's pretty in person, and the funny part about it is, like, she does a lot of, like, stuff when they do, like, horror countdowns, and she's always on, she goes, hey, guys.
Oh, really? I'm going to have to look her up. Is she on Instagram?
I don't know.
Because I am. JESS KORESH on Instagram.
Oh, my God.
Just to clarify, that wasn't actually her at the end of the movie, though, right? Okay.
No.
Then we're good. All right.
Well, no spoilers, but guys watch Sleepaway Camp, but no, that wasn't her.
Okay.
That was somebody else.
I'm gonna look her up. Cute though now.
Oh, she's
still attractive.
She's pretty, yeah.
All right.
So, anyways, yeah, y'all hit my friend up for that. Or
Angela from Sleepaway Camp. Holla at your boy.
Okay, Jesse, it's your turn. It's your number 4.
My number 4 is, and this again, you're gonna think this is cliche, but whatever. Music from 1984's Children of the Corn. The little kid from Children of the Corn, because he just looks creepy, and he's isn't he a preacher in the movie? I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah,
he's like a kid preacher.
But he's like an adult, I think, in the film. Well, actor, I think.
Oh, is he like a? I don't want to know.
Small person.
He's a small person. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that does kind of make sense. Because I think I've seen pictures of him as an older, and he kind of looked the same.
Yeah.
He had a little bit of the Gary Coleman thing on it. No offense to Gary Coleman.
Alright, guys, so my number 4 is actually a film that not many people have seen. And it was on my countdown of favorite holiday horror films. That being said, it's not really... It's a scary film, but yeah, it has a lot of people have feelings about it. And a lot of people didn't agree with the holiday special I did last year. And I named this film as like my number 1 favorite horror holiday film because people were like, oh, it's not that great. 71. Whoever Slew Auntie Roo. And I put the 2 main kids who are the heroes of the film, that is Kathy and Christopher, because Shelley Winters stars in the film. It's Auntie Roo. And it's this woman who owns a mansion, and she invites every holiday party. She invites all these orphan kids over and stuff, and a brother and sister who go to the home. And I don't want to ruin it because, anyways, these 2 kids are the heroes. But I think they're the creepiest kids ever, and what they do is fucking awful. Okay? Everyone's like, they're heroes, they save the day. No, they're not. They're kids who judge. Okay? They're kids who judge. And they're kids who didn't know. They just guessed things were happening. So they try to solve this situation. By solving this situation, they let things happen. And when the things happen, they had no business messing with those things. Those kids are creepy and they're fucked up. I'm sorry, those kids are fucking dumb for what they did. I'm sorry, but it's 71, so they're older now.
No,
so
it's 71.
Yeah, they were fucking awful for what they did. Whoever slew Auntie Roo, yeah, fucking, you both should have fucking fucked it, left Auntie Roo alone. Okay.
You turned into like Quentin Tarantino all of a sudden about this movie. That sounds like some kind of after-school special that really offended you. Or slew Auntie Roo, and you're like you're like.
No, but it was fucking what they did. No, that film, what they did was awful. They should have minded their fucking business. They should have stayed at the orphanage and mind their own business. But instead, they went to Auntie Roo's fucking home and they fucked everything up for everybody. Anyways, that being said, I think I just spoiled the movie. But yeah, Auntie Roo is not that fucking bad, okay? Anyways, that's my anger for the day.
I don't know. Can you air this on YouTube with all the F words that you just used?
I cuss my videos all the time. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's fine then. You can
Of all the things you said, you're worried about all my F-bombs.
Hey, it's life.
Right?
Write me a letter.
Right? There you go.
Corey Feldman. I want Feldman to write me a letter. He could at least called me. So you're not gonna know what I'm talking about. She's gonna cut this out, and she's gonna cut all the other stuff out. Censorship is alive and well in America.
That being said, okay, Jesse's number 3.
My number 3 is Cage Creed from Pet Sematary. And you know why he's creepy? Isn't that the kid's name? Oh, sorry. Don't get upset with me. But like, he's creepy for a different reason than the other, because he's a cute kid. He's a cute kid, but he gets really creepy on you. Like, you know, because of what happens to him. I mean, it's not his fault. He's a little cuter than the other kids on the list. And you know what? I didn't even watch the trailer for the new Pet Sematary, so I don't even know, like, who the kid is in that. Like, I don't know what level.
Younger, he's Charlie's age.
Oh, he's like a little kid? Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, does he look creepy?
I don't know.
You haven't seen him. Spoiler alert.
No, guys. Anyways.
Was that on your list? Go ahead and don't lie. Yeah.
So what number are we on?
That was number 3. So this will be your number 3. We're almost done.
Number 3 is going to be 1976's Alice from Alice, Sweet Alice. Alice, Sweet Alice is one of my favorite horror films. If you guys don't remember, it was an older film. Stars very young Brooke Shields. It's about the little girl who had a sister and she was killed in a communion at the church.
Wait, killed during communion?
Yeah. They found her body.
Oh, okay. Like she didn't like choke on the wafer.
No,
okay.
she was murdered and they found her body burned alive.
Oh, wow.
At the church.
Okay. Like a separate. It wasn't.
Yeah, Brooke Shields was murdered by somebody
during communion,
yes.
not because of that.
Yeah, okay. No.
No, I thought you like this is the flesh of Christ. Just
no.
and they're like trying to give her some grape juice to swallow it down.
And Alice killed her in the communion, and it's a very interesting film. And Alice is awful.
I haven't seen a lot of movies from the 70s because I'm not old like you.
Apparently.
Where do you watch these? Is there like some 70s?
Is
there some 70s streaming service?
I'm obsessed with horror films. I've seen them all.
I do. I'm starting to believe you have.
Yeah.
You're smart.
I'm very smart.
It's all up here.
Yeah, I try.
Okay, you try.
I have hair and thoughts.
Hair and thoughts. Yeah. A human boy.
Almost. Not quite yet.
Yeah.
So, Jesse, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is you probably know because it's very predictable. And number 2 is from one of my favorite movies of all time. The Grady twins from The Shining. I know that's cliche, but they're creepy. And that also, well, you know, I was also very excited about something that you got.
Yeah, I know.
But whatever, The Shining.
Yeah. I got some Shining stuff. So
I actually want to talk about The Shining for a second because there have been some like really crappy interpretations of Stephen King movies. I love The Shining as a movie because I'm a Stanley Kubrick fan, but I understand why because I was always like, well, why did Stephen King not like that movie? But then I read why he didn't like the movie, and after reading that, I understand.
Because they didn't take the story out of him.
Yeah. It was like they just.
And then the
they just jumped right
miniseries,
into it.
yeah. Then they did the miniseries, and the miniseries was awful.
Yeah.
But.
But that's also one of those movies I hope that they don't do a remake of. So don't tell me they're doing a remake of The Shining. Because I could totally see somebody like, oh, Stephen King's making big bucks now. Let's you know. Because there were so many crappy Stephen King movies for so long, and now it's like the hot ticket, you know.
I wish they would just remake Golden Years.
Yeah.
I
wish they'd remake Golden Girls. Think about it.
I bet.
They're probably, you know, I say that, but as I say that, there's probably somebody right now like working on a reboot of Golden Girls. Like,
sorry, Queen Latifah.
Yeah, it's like no, it's all guys. It's golden guys. It's all older men now because they have to make some kind of change. You know, soon to some weird streaming channel that you've never heard of.
Or Mellow Men.
Mellow Men. You got to keep some in there. People are gonna silver seniors.
Dozen dudes.
Dozen dudes. That's a porno. A completely different thing. Have you seen Dozen Dudes?
Not lately.
Not lately.
Alright guys, so it's my number 2. My number 2 is going to be Michael Hughes in 1989's Gage from Pet Sematary. Yeah, that was my number 2. He is my number 2 favorite child horror film. So, yeah.
Man, you took the time to learn his name.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I know his name because...
You probably met him at some Comic-Con or something.
No, he was in a few films.
Oh, yeah? Name one more. We're friends, right? We're going to hug after this episode.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it. I know films he's in because he's in a bunch of them, and I can't think of it right now because I'm on the spot. He's in Kindergarten Cop, Apollo 13, and don't forget New Nightmare.
There you go.
Yes. Nightmare on Elm Street, New Nightmare, yes. Fantastic. And he's great. And he's a lot of Comic-Cons, too. He does a lot of appearances, yeah.
I knew it.
But Gage is one of those, and they're making the remake, and he was one of those kids, like, every time I watch that movie, I cry. And the scene when he calls and he goes, Daddy, I played with Mommy, and now I want to play with you. Because, spoiler, he killed his mom.
I like how you all give spoiler alerts for these movies that came out in 1971. But, like, now there's a remake of Pet Sematary that's about to come out, and you're like, spoiler alert.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's funny. But seriously, you're talking about, I don't want to, 1971's Sweet Alice, I don't want to give too much away.
Because, wait, when you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about when you watch it, because you're like, wait, what? Yeah. I don't want to tell you what fucking Sleepaway Camp was about.
I'm going to Sweet Alice next time. Next time I go to a flea market and see if I have a VHS.
Okay, now I want to know your number 2.
Or
your number 1.
No, my number 1.
Before that, we'll go ahead and go to your number 1. I want to hear, do you have any honorable mentions you can think of?
I have one honorable mention. It was the and I don't remember too much about that. But it was the girl from The Ring, the Samara, yeah. And was she creepy? But I feel like she was very influential because I feel like after that, and I know it's a remake of the
because you had The Ring, you have Samara versus The Grudge, and
but I feel like she was so creepy that they took that and like ripped her off for a lot of like other things. You know what I mean? Like I think if you, as a matter of fact, I think if you look it up, it's like the stringy haired, whatever. That became a thing, like in horror movies afterwards. You know, so it was like not only was she creepy, but she was very influential as far as dirty, stringy haired girls go. Just horror movies about like prank shows and like you see that all the time now. You see that type of character.
You know what's so funny that you said that? It's like my brother, I used to do this to him, and he used to flip out because you guys know the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life is Jaws. That's my brother's favorite movie. What I used to do is when I had long hair, flip my hair over and let it hang.
Yeah.
And I would go in my brother's room and I'd get down and go,
oh God, like crawl.
I would crawl fast, like, and I'd put my hands out like this sideways and I'd go,
oh, yeah.
And he used to flip the fuck out. He used to be like, oh, and he kicked me once.
Oh, wow.
And I fell backwards. And he went, Sissy, you're not supposed to do that.
You're not supposed to do that. Sissy, you're not supposed to. He's older than you, right? Okay, sorry. I love your brother.
I think I said it. My brother's only a year older than me.
Yeah.
My sister's 10 years older than me, so I have a big, like, I'm a kid, so.
Does your brother watch this channel?
Yes, he does sometimes.
Hey, Benny. I haven't seen you in a long time. How's it going? You remember me? Took me out to El Chico that one time. You never called me after.
He's married now.
Oh, I know.
Hey, Jesse. So after your honorable mention,
Yeah?
I want to hear your number one. Your number one pick.
Amanda.
A creepiest child in a horror film.
Well, Amanda, I would just say you're my number one in life. You're my best friend.
Aw, thank you, Jesse, for saying that on my channel.
You're my only friend. Damien Thorne from The Omen. I mean, that had to be my number one. Because,
I knew that was going to be your number one.
because I'm a creepier kid in the movie. I mean,
I know that
he's the son of Satan. He's like the son of Satan. So, I mean, like, it doesn't get any creepier than that.
I don't know any creepier Damien.
He's the Antichrist.
Oh, wait. I know.
And as a Christian, I find that very troubling. So, I mean, you don't have to be a Christian to find it troubling.
I used to see it troubling as a parent.
As a parent. As a human being, I find him troubling. You know? Like, even, I mean, despite your religious beliefs, if some kid, you know, they're like, hey, that kid, that's the son of Satan, you're going to be like, I'm going to keep an eye on him. You know? Like, even if you've never been to church or, you know, whatever.
Like,
somebody's
no
like,
cheese.
yeah, they're like, hey, are you Jewish, whatever, it doesn't matter. They're like, hey, that kid's the son of Satan. They're like, I don't want him going to school with my kids. There, I said it. I don't judge. But you know what?
What?
I'm dying to know what your number one is.
Oh, God, here we go, guys. Y'all ready for this? Because this one, my number one is actually someone. When I was a child, I used to get this all the time. My mother, till this day, still, she goes, everyone says you look just like her. I had a really weird way, not chubby cheeks, and that is 1984 Charlie. And my daughter's name's Charlie.
I was going to say, whoa.
Yeah, my daughter's name's Charlie. My number one is Charlie Firestarter. Drew Barrymore. Yes.
Wow.
That's my number one. Creepiest kid. Because that girl's creepy!
Yeah, that's a good one. I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Charlie and Firestarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, whenever I was naming my daughter and I said Charlie, and I was like, should I name her Charlie? Because everyone's like, man, when I was a kid, I don't like Drew Barrymore now, but when I was a kid, everyone's like, you look like that little girl from 18. I'm like, my mom still is like, everyone said you look like that little girl from 18. It's like, no. No. I look like Amanda. I look like my mother. But anyways, yeah. 1984's Charlie from Firestarter. That's my number one creepy kid. And I know everyone's like, they're scarier people, but that was in my head.
Yeah.
That went in my head when I was a kid because I watched that and she burned her mother.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, she burned her mother alive.
See, that's the thing with a lot of my lists. It's like things that like impacted me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like not necessarily just this list, but like other lists we do. Because like I didn't necessarily watch horror movies when I was a kid. But like if I saw a horror movie like that I wasn't supposed to, then I would be like, that's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen, and it would like stick in my head.
And I will say that I did have an honorable mention for somebody, but it wasn't a little baby from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
The baby from Roger Rabbit.
Yes.
I thought you were gonna say the baby from Trainspotting.
No.
Yeah.
That baby died.
I know. Well, I mean, they can still be creepy and die.
Yeah, on the ceiling with the head. Yeah. No, but I was going to say the baby from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but I was like, that's not where I was going to put it. But that.
And he was actually an adult, right?
Yeah, he was an adult.
He was like
he was like a baby.
He smoked cigars. And
yeah, he was a baby that was just an old, that just grew, but didn't grow.
Like Gary Coleman. I hate to keep bringing up Gary Coleman. But
you really like Gary Coleman.
I don't like Gary. Gary Coleman's an asshole. He's dead now. Rest in peace. Did you know that? Or,
no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but Gary Coleman was a total asshole. Look it up. It was very, like, he had a chip on his shoulder.
Don't know because I never met him.
Yeah. And when you're that little, a chip on your shoulder can really weigh you down.
Apparently, especially when you're that small.
No offense to people with whatever the hell Gary Coleman had. Sorry.
That consists of our list tonight. Thank y'all so much for watching. And remember to like and subscribe. And also, don't forget, comment below. Because I would love to hear y'all's opinions on what y'all thought your creepiest child on your countdown is. To be nice to each other, because life is too short to spread the hate, okay? Like, seriously, like, there's enough hate in the world that we just don't need to hate each other for our opinions, honestly. If you guys don't like somebody's opinion, then don't hear it. Don't listen to it. Don't write it down. Don't feed on it. Just move along.
Stop drinking that haterade.
So, Jesse, thanks so much for joining me again another night on ChannelSundown for another countdown.
It was my pleasure as always. Hopefully you'll have me back after this.
I seek approval.
And there's some kind of bell you need to ring or something too, right?
Yeah, hit the...
Ring the bell. Just do it. Don't ask questions. Just ring it.
Alright, guys, so just pick us back up next week. I'm going to be with JESS KORESH again.
If you're lucky.
I'll see you guys later. Bye!
Bye. Bye. I was a huge Michael Jackson fan when I was a kid.
Jesse!
That's true.
God, this is going to be so awkward.